Tonight for the Wilmington Wildcats, the starting lineup for them is number 0, 6'4" sophomore Jordan Jackson from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Number 4, 6'4" junior Talib Holloman from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. 6'7" senior Randy Rickards from Milton, Delaware, out of Cape Henlopen High School. And 6'5" senior Justin Thomas from Newark, Delaware, where he played at Newark Charter School. And Amiri Stewart, the 6'4" junior, out of Boothwyn at Archbishop Carroll. Excuse me, that's Amiri Stewart, not Amiri Stewart. For Lincoln University, the Lions come in at 5-5. Their starters are Freddie Young, a 6'3" freshman from Ewing, New Jersey. Corey Williams, a 6' senior from Brooklyn, New York. And Bakir Cleveland, a 6'5" sophomore from Newark, New Jersey. 6'3" senior Amir Stevens from Valley Stream, New York. And Peter Sorber, a 6'9" sophomore from Trenton, New Jersey, the tallest member of the Lions and will be the tallest member on the court tonight. They are coached by interim coach Jason Armstrong, who took over for Corey Lewis, who was last year's CIAA Coach of the Year, but he is now an assistant coach at Seton Hall. Ironically, as I mentioned, where Lincoln played the other night in a loss 82-55. Wilmington is coached by Dan Burke in his 9th season played at CACC member Chestnut Valley College. And so we are set here for a 7 o'clock kickoff, the first of 2 games here this week, as the University of District of Columbia will visit on Wednesday night at 7 o'clock, a game we will have here right on the CACC network. Randy Rickards is going to jump along with Peter Sorber, and the Lions come down with the ball. Freddie Young Jr., a redshirt freshman, got hurt last year and missed the entire season, injured his foot in the first game and unable to play the entire season.
I saw his defensive effort against Caldwell, and Mr. Young can play defense.
Driving to the basket there is Amir Stevens. Turnaround jumper, no good. Randy Rickards, nice job boxing out. Sorber there comes down with a rebound. Jordan Jackson into the lane, looks underneath. A nice look to Talib Holloman. No good. Rickards went up for the rebound, but Sorber out-battled him for his first rebound of the night. And Corey Williams, the leading scorer on this team with 19.9, also leads the team in steals, walks the ball up the floor. He had 15 points against Seton Hall. Jumper for Cleveland there, no good. Randy Rickards with his second rebound. Rickards has 7.6 rebounds a game. Fall away jumper off the glass is good by Jordan Jackson.
Way to use the glass there. Perfect area to learn that little bank shot.
Wildcats up 2-0 here to get us started. Drive to the basket, push back out. Amir Stevens, jumper barely ticks the rim. That was Peter Sorber. Shoots just 40% from the field, 1 of 1 from 3, so a rare three-pointer for him. Wilmington with the ball.
I think Wilmington must have that in their scouting report because Rickards definitely helped him recover.
Justin Thomas hits it from the left elbow. Thomas, 14.9 points a game. He had 19 points against Bowie on Saturday. Driving to the hoop is Corey Williams, up and in for the first 2 points for the Lions. 4-2 here early on at the complex.
Surprising coast to coast. Typically that's not going to happen against Romeo.
No. Rickards with the ball, working it around. Jackson has it, trying to drive in against Corey Williams. Gets in, works his way around, fires it out. Amiri Stewart from 3, nothing but the bottom of the net. So Amiri Stewart, the 6'4" junior from Boothwyn, Pennsylvania, scores the 3. Comes in shooting 32% from beyond the arc.
And I think Amiri's on the court because of his defense, so anything he gives you offensively is definitely a bonus.
Absolutely, definitely a bonus. Amiri comes in. He had 7 rebounds and 3 blocks against Bowie the other night, being rewarded for that effort. Justin Thomas from 3, in and out, no good. Corey Williams, smallest guy on the floor at 6 feet tall, comes down with the rebound, works it around, quickly gets it over to Cleveland, in and out. Nobody boxed Cleveland out. Fortunately for Jordan Jackson, Justin Thomas came down with the rebound, or Jordan Jackson would have gotten an earful for not boxing him out.
They do such a good job of reversing the ball and making the defense move.
And that's going to be an unforced error there. Jackson thought Rickards was popping to the corner. Rickards instead was going to make a move inside. So first turnover for Wilmington. Again, they had a season low 8 turnovers. And without looking at the stats, Lisa, that might be the lowest number of turnovers they've had since I've been announcing.
It was a really good game the other night. And unfortunately, it ended with a turnover. but I imagine we'll see them respond here.
Rickards glides in.
Timeout should be coming up soon.
Wilmington jumps out to a 9-2 lead. Coach Armstrong getting ready to make his first substitution here. Doesn't like what he sees on the floor right now.
If they can get another stop, I think a timeout will be coming for Lincoln.
Good defense there by Stewart. Kept Williams in check. Peter Sorbo, they'll let him shoot from outside, but they want to cover him inside. He gets it in there and puts it up. So help didn't come over quick enough. Sorbo, the tallest guy on the floor by 2 inches.
Yeah, they didn't help the helper. Rickards helped on the drive, and his man rolled to the basket. Nobody helped him.
Myrie Stewart with it, being covered there by Freddie Young Jr. Fall-away jumper for Justin Thomas is good. Justin Thomas, 1,000-point scorer at Newark Charter. He's getting into the flow of things here early. That's a bad sign for the Lions.
It's a great sign for William. I like him being aggressive. Myrie Stewart can play defense. I hope every young man playing basketball and young woman playing basketball is looking at his on-the-ball defense. And when Skip Burton comes off the bench, it's the same thing.
Reggie Hudson checks in, a 6'1" sophomore from the Bronx, New York. Played at St. Raymond's, where he was a 2 times MVP, had 6 assists against Seton, so he's in here to distribute the ball.
They do a really good job of helping against penetration recovery.
They get it underneath to Sorber. Sorber drives in on Rickards. Nice defense by Rickards. And putting it back up and in is Bakir Cleveland. Picked up an offensive rebound and 2 points. Quickly to the other end. Stewart goes up and in strong with the left hand.
Great finish. But that was Jordan Jackson advancing the ball and getting it up the court.
To take that energy away from him, as bringing the ball up the floor will be Corey Williams, again, the leading scorer on this team with 19.9 points. That comes from Hostess Country Club on his way here. Nice fake and a foul there. They're going to get Justin Thomas on the foul. And that's going to send Bakir Cleveland to the free throw line, where he's a 69% free throw shooter.
And if I can read lips there, Randy Rickards just told Justin Thomas, I got him. Like he was the help defender and actually came over and blocked the shot.
Yep.
Unfortunately, Thomas committed that foul. Yep. But they play really good team defense, really good communication. Again, helping, recovering, helping the helper, hedging screens. They do a really good job.
Malik Beasley heads into the game. First sub in. He comes in for Talib Holloman. You mentioned communication. One of the keys to the game that Coach Burke shared with us, he graciously shares this scouting report, was they needed to communicate early and often, and you can see that happening right in front of us on the defensive side of the ball.
Because of the headsets, we can't hear them, but we can see them communicating.
And you see the product. There hasn't been a wide-open shot underneath.
Exactly.
Everybody, as you mentioned, Justin Thomas came to help out Ricky Rickards, even though he really didn't need the help. Suffocating man-to-man defense by Lincoln. Saw them play the same against Caldwell when I was scouting them earlier today. Rickards backs his man in, bobbles in and out of the rim, and coming away with it are the Lions.
He's a grown man in there, though. He can get that anytime he wants, against really anyone.
3-point attempt is no good by Cleveland, and coming down with the rebound is Rickards, his 3rd rebound of the night. And that ball is tipped away off of Reggie Hudson's hand. It's going to stay Wildcat ball. Manny Toha is going to check in. Toha at least played for Holy Family last year. Watched him play here in this gym and on the CACC network when they were away. He averaged 12 points and 3.5 rebounds last year. This year, 8 points, 3.9 rebounds. So a little less points, a couple tenths of a more rebound, and that shot is good. So Jordan Jackson, shooting 34% beyond the arc, hits his first. Now 1 of 2 from beyond the arc.
And that's what's difficult about Wilmington. Justin Thomas, Jordan Jackson, Myrie Stewart, like they're all scoring. And don't forget about Randy Rickards.
Yep. And that's a jump shot is good by Reggie Hodson. In that last game against Bowie, we had 4 players in double figures, and it's the ones you just named. Thomas, Rickards, Stewart, and, of course, Matthews, who we haven't seen yet. And just as I say that, he's sitting in front of the scorer's table ready to check in. That's going to be a blocking foul against Peter Sorber. It'll be the team's second, Peter's first. Matthews going to check in, it looks like, for Myrie Stewart.
So in that sub, you lose a little on defense, but you definitely pick up outside shooting.
Yep. And Wilmington from beyond the arc is 2 of 3 right now. Beasley has it, gets it out to Caleb Matthews. Corey Williams has drawn that assignment, and Jordan Jackson now 2 of 2 from beyond the arc, so that's big if they can get him started.
That shot is pretty. Great rotation on it. Shot is pretty. He has his fists clenched. He's ready to go. Good job, Caleb.
Hard off the back of the rim. Rickards with his 4th rebound. Heads the other way. He's going to be double teamed here. He's got to watch himself. Whips the ball over to a wide open Jordan Jackson. Is good. Jordan Jackson is on fire from beyond the arc.
And look at him. Look at him energizing, getting the team going, getting the energy in the gym. And they're going to play off that.
Coach Sullivan is wondering why Coach Armstrong hasn't called a timeout yet.
I would call a full one right now.
And that was nice defense there by Beasley on Peter Sorber. Sorber looking for a foul, not going to get one. Everything going the Wildcats' way right now. Matthews giving the shot.
Caleb didn't shoot that.
Chose not to take it.
Caleb beat us with a couple of those shots, so.
He beat a few teams. Drives in, pulls up. That shot gets blocked, and that's blocked by Reggie Hudson. He's going to work it the other way. Corey Williams wastes no time firing away. No good. And for the first time all night, Sorber was left alone underneath. You got to give credit to Peter Sorbo for getting down the floor. That was more his effort than a lack of effort by Wilmington University.
And he's hustling. He's been battling. I'm not saying he's gotten a lot of offensive rebounds, but he's definitely been in there battling. And again, that's Wilmington, blocking him out. Doing a good job on the glass.
Foul was on Beasley, his first. Wilmington's second. Sorber is 7 of 11 from the field coming in, so now 8 of 12, 1-of-1 from the charity stripe. Wilmington has doubled up the points to 22-11. Second shot is up and good, so Peter Sorber hits them both. Whistle blew. We got a substitute. Caleb Hedgepeth is going to come in. He's going to come in for Beasley. Little full court token press, and now it's going to be a trap. Caught Wilmington off guard, but they adapt quickly. They trap again. They get it across to Rickards. Over to Hedgepeth. Hedgepeth gets it back to Rickards. Rickards drives in, floats it up. He's going to be called for an offensive foul. Coach Burke does not like that call. Lisa, I thought the defender was moving a little bit there.
I thought the defender was moving. I wish that the first time Randy received that pass, he would have attacked the basket and created a little, if the defense comes to me, I kick it to the corner. If not, I'm getting a layup. You let a guy rotate over to him, and, then you put it in the referee's hands.
Yep. The referee chose to call the charge. First for Rickards, third for Wilmington here. 11:30 to play, and Sorber's going to drive in and take Rickards to the hoop. One foul doesn't mean you're in foul trouble, but still Rickards has to be thinking in his head, Lisa, he doesn't want to pick up foul number 2 halfway through the first half.
Sure, he had to be careful there, and that's what that, questionable call did to him. But again, he adjusted. He's a smart kid.
He played tough defense without fouling.
Straight up, contested a shot. They made it. And,
Hedgepeth.
He gets to stay on the court, not in foul trouble.
Pass was knocked out of bounds. He gets it back in the corner, back out top to Justin Thomas. Thomas gets double teamed, but works his way in, puts a shot up, floats, and doesn't go in, but he gets fouled, and he is going to go to the free throw line. Justin Thomas, an 84% free throw shooter, so one of the top free throw shooters on the team. Caleb Matthews is 15 for 18 as the top shooter from the charity stripe.
Justin Thomas is a nightmare to defend. He inside, he can take it inside. He obviously has a jump shot. He's a really good foul shooter before that one, so he's super difficult to, defend. And he doesn't let other teams speed him up. He's at his own pace all the time, which is great.
Skip Burton's going to make his first appearance, coming in for Jordan Jackson. And it looked like Amiri Stewart is getting ready to check in for Justin Thomas. That's why he's waiting. Thomas's second shot is up and good. And one thing we've seen also, Lisa, Justin Thomas do, I saw him last year, which was the first year he was on the floor for Wilmington University, is when he struggled at the beginning from the outside, he would find his way to the front of the rim. And so he adapts his game depending on what he's doing well night in and night out. And some nights, like when he scored 19 the other night, he's doing everything well.
Which is what good offensive players do. They can adapt. And he doesn't sleep on defense either.
No. None of these Wilmington University players sleep on defense.
I don't think they'd be on the court if they did.
They'd be coaching with Dan Burke on the sideline if that was to happen. Turnaround jumper by Peter Sorber. All of a sudden, he's become a problem underneath as he's just picked up his 8th point out of the 16 that the Lions have. Hedgepath, the lefty with a jumper. That one's long and right.
There was nothing preventing him from going to the basket.
No, and plenty of time on the shot clock. Doing a nice block there. I think Amira Stewart got that. Burton the other way. Ball gets tipped away. And a foul there. We'll see if they're going to call Stewart going up toward or Skip Burton, I should say, up to the basket. They are going to give him 2 shots. Cleveland with the foul, his first, team third. So both teams with 3 fouls apiece here halfway through the first quarter. I'm John Busby along with Lisa Sullivan here on the CACC Network. First of 3 games this week, 2 for the men today, and then Wednesday against the District of Columbia. And then the women play a special afternoon game as Burke misses the first on Friday at 3 o'clock against Cheney. And we will have that game here for you on the CACC Network starting at 3 o'clock.
If you watch down this end, on the defensive end, Amiri Stewart, he's in there helping with the big men too. When the ball goes inside, he's digging. He's, boxing out. He's trying to help them also. He's just good on the ball defender, great off the ball defender too. So
second shot is up and good. Good news for Wilmington. Peter Sorber has taken a seat. Gabe Harris comes into the game averaging 4.8 points. He's a 6'8 freshman out of Elkin Park, PA. So just as big as Peter Sorber, just not as thick as Sorber. So maybe that'll make him a little bit easier to cover. They're going to call a foul there on Hedgepath on the reach as the ball went flying out of bounds. It's going to be the 4th foul. It's on the floor. So Reggie Hudson will bring it in underneath for Lincoln.
Yeah, I think Coach Brooke brought in Beasley to deal with Sorber, and he was subbed out. So
they throw it into the backcourt, and they will bring it up. 18 on the shot clock. Williams has it, directing traffic. It looks like Wilmington's gone into his zone. Yeah,
2-3 zone.
Took the words right out of my mouth. So a little switch there. And underneath, ball gets tipped away, so a turnover as Williams was trying to hit Cleveland underneath. Made the right pass. Cleveland just couldn't handle it.
We see a little full court man-to-man right now with Lincoln.
So get it in clear, and then they're going to trap.
Yeah, they can pressure that ball.
Yep. So Burton's got to be aware. There you go. He's got to look behind him. Switch it around. Burton's wide open. Another lefty. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Skip Burton. Just 3 of 14 from beyond the arc coming into the game, so that's good for his confidence. His 4th three-pointer of the season.
If you want a team not to full court press you, go score on them.
Yep, and they just did that. Burton hustling on the defense. You've been impressed with him from the start, Lisa. I actually saw their very first game as to Liv Holland. I saw Burton play at the University of Delaware and sat on press row for that game because I wanted to really scout Wilmington for the first time before our first broadcast, and he impressed me right off the bat. His intensity on the defensive side of the ball.
And he's just a freshman, so.
Corey Williams hard off the back of the rim. Hedgepath with a nice rebound in traffic there.
And Burton's directing the court. Yeah, so look at the basket there.
Jumper by Holloman, a rare jumper, nothing but the bottom of the net. Averages just 2 points a game. So equal to his season average.
Looks like he should shoot a little more. That looked good. And again, look at the intensity on defense.
Yep. Holloman not so good from beyond the arc, 1 of 18. So it's good. Burke, I'm sure, would like seeing him step in to take that shot. Nothing but the bottom of the net, though. The zone seems to be very effective. Jump shot there is going to be long. Nobody rebounded for Lincoln. And coming down with it is Nalik Beasley.
They missed Sorber.
Holloman from 3, 1 of 19 on the season now, but a nice rebound there by Hedgepath. Gets it worked around. Burton goes up. He kicks it out to Amiri Stewart. That is long, and the rebound there for Holloman, and the Wilmington University bench goes crazy over that.
You have to cheer hustle.
Holloman drives it in, puts it up, and they're going to call a block, maybe a makeup call.
It could have been. I
one.
thought he might have been inside the circle, but
Yeah.
I thought he looked like, that was.
So quite a flurry of activity right there with 7:52 to play. Wilmington up 29-16. Everything going right from the Wildcats, shooting 61% from the field, 55% from beyond the arc, and just 2 turnovers, out-rebounding the Lions 13-7. And so everything going right. Rickards is going to check back in. Jackson's coming back in. Hedgepath will head out. Skip Burton will head out. So Coach Burke got exactly what he wanted from that group of substitutions there. And coming in for the Lions is going to be Nasir Left, making his first appearance. He missed the first 6 games of the season with an injury. He's got 10 siblings, I read. He might have been exhausted from being home in the summer with 10 siblings.
Wow.
I think it's 6 sisters and 4 brothers, so 11 kids in the Left family. 31-16. Everything going Wilmington way, and
was that Randy Rickards?
No, I thought I saw a 3 go up. 23, Amiri Stewart. So his first, team 5th. So Wilmington's still 1 foul away from being a foul away from the bonus here. 7:38 to play. Wilmington back to the man-to-man with this lineup. Peter Sorber's back in the game. Beasley has drawn him. Rickards with a steal, gets it ahead to Amiri Stewart, who slams it down.
And the bench jumps up.
Frank Burton jumps up and goes crazy. Frank Burton honored here for receiving his master's degree. Quite a star-studded career he's had. We'll talk more about him when we get a chance during one of the timeouts. The ball gets tipped away by Stewart.
See, Jordan Jackson was icing that screen so he couldn't come through the pick and roll. Make him go the other way.
Great help by Jackson there as well. Jumper from the baseline.
That was really
no
good defense. That was a great defensive possession by Wilmington.
Let's first shot, no good. They get it out back into the hands of Rickards. Over to Stewart. Stewart gets it to the high post of Easy, gets it right back, trying to make his way in, and that ball gets tipped. Turnover. Trying to make the pass all the way across the court. One of the few mistakes Wilmington has made, and that could be a second one. Beasley picks up the foul, and Reggie Hudson scores, and is going to head to go to the free throw line, where he is 6 of 9 on the season. Justin Thomas going to check in for Holloman. That's a 6th foul for Wilmington, so Lincoln will shoot the 1-and-1 the rest of the way until they get to 10. Calvin Thomas making his first appearance, a 6'7" redshirt freshman from Virginia Beach. Went to Oscar Smith High School. That's down in that area where Allen Iverson went to school. Those guys down in that Virginia Beach area.
Just a little bit of talent.
A little bit of talent down there. Not only on the basketball court, but on the football field as well. Oscar Smith, a very good football team. I used to cover them for Max Preps several years ago, and they were always one of the top teams in the area.
Yeah, Calvin Thomas has some bulk to him, too, so Sorber won't be able to push him around.
First miss from beyond the arc for the day for Jordan Jackson. Now 3 of 4 from 3. That one just a little bit long. And coming the other way is Hudson, misses it, but a follow-up dunk by Sorber. Not sure who he's yelling at down by 12 points, but yelling at somebody. And that's going to be a careless play there by Wilmington. And Coach Burke is telling his team to get together and regroup. Too quick in that inbounds.
Yep.
And just no need to be quick. There's 6 minutes left. You've got to lead hard off the back of the rim, and that ball's tipped away, but that one's going to stay Wilmington University ball.
That dunk by Sorber, that was not Mr. Thomas's fault. He came over to help, and nobody boxed out his man.
Yep.
One of the few times they failed to communicate or rotate.
When Sorber goes up like that, all you're going to do is foul him, and he's still going to dunk it. So
yeah, if you don't get in front of him.
You better get knocked over. Jackson doing a nice job getting through the double team. Dishes it underneath. They're going to call an offensive foul, so that's going to be on Jackson. I believe that's it'll be his first.
Lincoln does a nice job. They're a good defensive team, too. They do a nice job of, if they give up the penetration, somebody's going to rotate over and try to take that charge.
Yeah. Peter Sorber's wincing a little bit. He was one of the ones that fell down in that collision. Wilmington's going to go with the press for the first time. What's this, Lisa?
1-2-2, but
2-2, yeah.
It's a 1-2-2, and
got to have somebody back.
Yeah, Calvin Thomas is back because they have somebody back. But I don't know if this. See, now he went up because they went up.
Yep.
We'll see if they try to trap out of it.
Yeah,
they could have had it. I think it was just for show.
Yeah.
Justin Thomas definitely should have trapped. But they did it in half court. Maybe that was a trap.
Yeah, yep. Jumper by Toha is in and out, no good. Rickards with another rebound for Rickards. That's his 6th rebound of the night already. 5 minutes to play here in the first quarter. 33-21, Wilmington with the lead. They've led by about a dozen, give or take a point, for the last several minutes. Rickards kicks it back out.
I would love to see him shoot that, but they went back to him.
Yep.
Yeah, he's too strong in there.
Rickards, that's going to go off the lines. No, a blue ball. No. Wilmington coaches don't agree with that. I don't think Burke realizes that they gave it. Now he does. He kind of gives them a, wait a minute, you got to be kidding me, look. That was clearly off the lines and right in front of the referee down there. I think everybody was surprised, including the Lions, that they got the ball back.
That's how you beat that press. Yeah. Get the ball to the middle and attack.
Sorber could have been called for a traveling, I thought.
Great defense by Thomas. I thought he forced the travel.
Whoa, and that's a play where Rickards has to get back, not get a taunting foul, and he did. Jackson with a nice spin move off the glass is good.
And if Jackson missed that, Rickards was there to put the putback in.
Jackson has 13 tonight.
He's playing really well.
Almost exactly his average. Came in averaging 12.9 points a game. Just a sophomore from Grand Rapids, Michigan. His father played football at Delaware State University, so it must have been something that attracted him down here.
Delaware is a small wonder, right?
It is. I'm looking at Nazir Lett's shoes. He's got both of them untied. That can't be safe. Nice box out there by Calvin Thomas to come down with a rebound.
Calvin Thomas has played well.
Largest lead of the night for Wilmington, 35-21, 14-point lead. Rickards has it. He's going to take the fall-away jumper, just like in the playground down at Cape Henlopen State Park. Spending the summers down there. Hits a shot.
Give Thomas with the assist.
Drive to the basket. Rickards with another block. Rickards has 19 blocks on the season, 3 more today, so that would be 22 total.
He's so impressive. Just both ends of the court.
Jump hook, no good. Rickards with another rebound, his 7th of the night to go with his 4 points. So here's a guy who's got 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 blocks, and 4 points. That's a traveling violation there on Calvin Thomas. Hedgepeth is going to check back in along with Caleb Matthews. Kamani Hopkinson is going to get his first playing time, and Freddie Young is going to check back in also for Lincoln with just under 3 minutes to play here in the first half. 37-21. Wildcats with their largest lead of the night at 16 points.
Even though they're not trapping out of this, they are controlling the tempo of the game.
Yep. 2-3
and
zone for Wilmington.
And maybe that's what Coach Burke thinks. Slow them down, make them play a half-court game.
Nice job by Thomas to get his hand on the ball, but coming down with it was Sorber. Misses it. Nice defense by Rickards, who picked up a foul early, has avoided getting up that second foul. Sorber again with a rebound, and Hedgepeth's going to get called for the foul that time. There's been some battling going on underneath.
There's some battling. This is a physical game.
That's all you want as a player and as a coach. Call it the same on both ends, and whether you're going to let him play or call it close, just be consistent. The shot is up and no good for Hopkinson. He has not shot a free throw all season, so he's now 0 for 1 from the charity stripe.
Let's watch Rickards box out here. Peter Sorber is a big kid.
And Rickards is no softy himself.
He's just strong.
Rickards is 205 pounds. Sorber's 260. So he's given a couple inches and about 55 pounds. Checking in is going to be Charles Neverton, his first minutes of the night. The freshman, 6'2", 180 from Catonsville, Maryland. Played at Western Tech High School. Matthews trying to get a shot off, but Neverton's playing him tight defense. 6 on the shot clock. Rickards turnaround jumper and misses off the front, and Hopkinson yanks down the rebound. They push it up the other direction. Neverton has it. Rickards falls back on defense. They work it around. Nice switch there.
Hustle.
Yep. And a near steal. That should be a foul on Lincoln without question, and it is. They're going to call it. No. They're going to say it was out of bounds. Well, I guess maybe the Wilmington player, it was Hedgepeth, I believe. Maybe his body was out of bounds before the line came in, and it could have been called a targeting call on the NFL field.
That was great hustle over there by Hedgepeth.
It was. And that's what you like to see, these subs when they do come in. That ball is tipped up but missed by Hudson, and coming down with it is Justin Thomas. When you see the Wilmington subs come in, Lisa, they give 130%. And you like to see that.
They want time.
Yeah.
Nobody's guaranteed to start, so they're fighting for that starting job.
Yep.
And then the starters are fighting to keep it, so it's great competition.
Reggie Hudson's second foul. He's going to get subbed in for, I think, here by Corey Williams.
This first half is going really quick.
It is. Minute 22 left. We've only been playing for 30 minutes out of the 20 real game minutes. Double team there. Caleb Matthews drives in, whips it to the corner. Nice pump fake there. They're going to dip it back to Thomas. He fires from 3. That's going to be long. Rickards, a smart move there, not trying to battle Sorber for that defensive rebound.
Yeah, that probably would have resulted in a foul.
Certainly wasn't going to get the ball one way or the other, so why try? That should have been a kick, but they didn't call it. And instead they get it out to Jordan Jackson. And that's going to be a traveling violation, so unforced turnover there. A rare one tonight, unforced. Wildcats do have 7 turnovers now, so just one shy of the 8 they had on Saturday against Bowie State, and that's 66-60 win down in Maryland.
No turnovers are great, but at least they're not resulting in easy, uncontested baskets for Lincoln.
Yeah, the points off turnovers are going to be close to 0 when we get that stat sheet at halftime. Rickards careful here not to pick up a second foul. Wilmington in his zone, and they're going to call a foul there on Jordan Jackson. And for Jackson, I believe that's going to be foul number 2. It is. And the 9th foul, so still a 1-and-1. And I think Dan Burke would have liked to have seen Jordan Jackson head to the locker room with just 1 foul. He has 2, Caleb Hedgepeth has 2, and Malik Beasley has 2 fouls. Nobody in foul trouble for the Lions, 2 apiece for Reggie Hudson and Bakir Cleveland.
Called a lane violation.
Yeah, Randy Rickards.
Kind of lost his balance on the line and stepped in too soon.
Yeah, trying to box out Kamani Hopkinson, the 6'7" freshman. Freddie Young is 14 of 22. Now 1-on-1 is going to get another one. Burke said another key to the game was to plug on the drivers and down on screens, and they've done exactly that. They've collapsed and they've helped out underneath. The second shot is up and good, so Young is 2 for 2 from the free throw line tonight. 16 of 24 on the season. Trap here.
More aggressive trap.
Yep. Trying to get a steal and a quick shot before halftime. Shot clock is off, so Wilmington can wait for the last shot here. They've got a 37-24 lead.
You just do not speed them up.
Under 10 to go. Matthews has it.
See if Caleb can
working
get
around.
a shot off here.
Looks like they're going to try to pick and then roll. Nope. Jackson has it blocked. No foul here. Shot at the buzzer is no good by Charles Neverton. That is going to bring us to the half here. And at the end of the first half, the Wilmington will build a lead even greater, because the last thing you want to do is keep this Lincoln team, which is on a 3-game losing streak, any hope that they might be driving back up toward Lancaster County tonight in the victory lane. And so Wilmington needs to come out and start well right off the bat, and that's not what they were looking for there as Amiri Stewart loses control of the ball. That's the 8th turnover on the night for Wilmington University. That's the total that they had against Bowie on Saturday, which is one of the keys to that. But one of the other keys against Bowie, Lisa, we heard this, and I saw it on every headline of the stories that I read, was the defensive effort, and we've seen that here today. As you pointed out, the reason the shooting percentage is so low for Lincoln is because of Wilmington's defense.
They're playing great team defense. Again, communication is a big part of it. And keeping Peter Sorber off the glass is a man's job. I'd love to point out Reggie Hudson, team sportsmanship, number 3 for Lincoln. He helped the Wilmington player off the ground. So I love to point that out when I see it happen.
Well, Hudson actually got a start. He's the only Lincoln guy on the floor who did not start the game. So obviously Coach Armstrong saw something that Hudson did in the first half that he liked as well.
And Coach Armstrong, I'm sure, lit a fire under these guys. So Wilmington's going to get a pretty good punch right now. We'll see how they respond.
Thomas pull-up jumper, hard off the back of the rim, no good. Starting lineup the same for Wilmington with Jackson in, along with Amiri Stewart, Randy Rickards, Justin Thomas, and Talib Holloman. Pump fake there by Corey Williams. Drives in, kicks it back out. Almost a traveling violation there. Freddie Young shoots from 3. No good. Just 3 of 14 coming into the season, now 3 of 15. Tied up underneath is Rickards and Peter Sorber. And it's going to be jump ball. It's going to stay Wilmington basketball.
Sorber got that rebound, and Rickards didn't give up. He brought it down, and Rickards tied him up. Keep that ball above your head. Put it right back up.
Sorber's 7th rebound of the night to go along with 10 points. He leads Lincoln. Jordan Jackson, the leading scorer for Wilmington. Sorber with a big dunk. And the only good thing about that for Wilmington is Randy Rickards backed away and didn't pick up a second foul.
Yeah, he's a big man. Sorber is a big man, and it's going to take a lot to keep him off the glass.
Rickards shot no good. Holloman battling underneath. There's a scrum. He does a nice job to come away with it. They get it over to Justin Thomas. Wide open for 3. That's short. Thomas now 0 for 2 from the field here in the second half. Early on, 11-point lead for Wilmington. Drive in there. That could have been. They're looking for goaltending there.
I thought it was goaltending.
Yeah, I thought you're not allowed to slap the backboard, and I heard that on with my headset on. Jackson fires from 3. See if he can get hot. No good. Battles around. Justin Thomas comes back down, then throws it away. So Thomas struggling both from the field and also with a bad turnover there. Score on the other end, and all of a sudden, Wilmington's lead is down to 9 points.
Jordan Jackson needs to calm him down right here. Get something off a set and get a good possession. Good shot right now.
This is as close as Lincoln has been since early in the second half. Rickards backs down his man and scores. So Cleveland scores there, and Coach Burke is going to take a 30-second on the air at 7 o'clock on Wednesday night when the University of the District of Columbia travels north from Washington, D.C. to take on the Wilmington Wildcats. And then Friday, an afternoon special when the women take on Cheney. That tip-off is at 3 o'clock here on the CACC network, and that'll do it for us before the holidays for the home games here at the complex. Both teams have some away games throughout the holidays, or leading up, I should say, to 2023. Coming out of the timeout here, the defense looks like it's tightened up a little bit.
Good defense by Holloman. He's super athletic, too, so he's more than capable. Good finish.
Wow, that's a good finish.
That's a good finish over Rickards. That was contested. Yeah, that's a good finish.
Tip your hat to Bakir Cleveland there on that play, his 4th point of the night. Justin Thomas directing traffic, looking for a pick from Rickards. He gets it. They swing it around, back to Rickards. Thomas gets a clear lane, but defense come over and cuts it off. Thomas's 2nd turnover of the second half here. That one picked off by Reggie Hudson, who got the start of the second half. Jump shot there is good by Bakir Cleveland. Just 3 of 34 from beyond the arc now on the season. Now Beasley gets up, and he's going to come in here. Just a 6-point lead for Wilmington, as they've seen a 13-point lead at halftime get broken away here, and that's a nice drive by Myrie Stewart, and he's going to head to the free throw line and shoot 2.
And you had to know Lincoln was going to come out and throw a good punch here.
Yep. Lincoln comes into the game 5-5. They're on a 3-game losing streak. They lost to 2 CACC teams and then to Seton Hall, which you would expect. I watched Seton Hall beat Rutgers the other night, and Seton Hall is a solid Division I team, and so hats off to Lincoln for playing them. This Lincoln team is picked to finish 6th in the CIAA, overall 4th in the North Division. Malik Beasley is going to check in for Wilmington. Amiri Stewart hit his first free throw. He's a 68% free throw shooter from the field.
I don't think it was anything Holloman did wrong. It's Beasley. They just need a little bulk in here with Server.
I agree. I agree completely. This Lincoln team, 13 of the 15 players are either freshmen or sophomores. So a young team. They graduated last year's conference defensive player of the year, I should say, as Reggie Hudson drives in and scores. Deron Blue was that CIAA player of the year. He has graduated. And they also lost their head coach, Corey Lewis, who is now an assistant at Seton Hall. So a little bit rebuilding here for Lincoln University. This would be a big win for them. Great block there. Peter Sorber on Amiri Stewart. And Corey Williams heads another way. And this Sorber
is calling for the ball. They didn't have a choice but to give it to him.
And a great look underneath, fortunately for Wilmington. Bakir Cleveland misses the easy lay-in, and Justin Thomas on the other end. He misses the easy lay-in. They're going to call a late foul.
I think Justin knows you either dunk it or you use the backboard.
Yeah. Dan Burke gave a little glare as if, boy, I think we got away with one there. And so Wilmington's getting together on the court. Randy Rickards is talking to Malik Beasley. I think they're talking about the defensive assignments. And Justin Thomas is going to head to the free throw line. 84% free throw shooter, one of the better ones on this Wilmington University team. He's coming off a 19-point performance up at Bowie. First shot is up and good. Checking in is going to be Kamani Hopkinson. He's going to check in for Bakir Cleveland, who just missed that easy layup. Still got a high five from interim head coach Jason Armstrong on his way to the bench. So he's not being taken out for that miss. But still a shot he should have easily had. Peter Sorber nailed him with a perfect pass underneath, and Cleveland unable to convert. Thomas's second shot.
That was big with Justin making both of them.
Yep.
Kind of helped settle things down. Let's get a good defensive stop right now.
Yep. Also gave the Wilmington team time to communicate with each other while he was shooting the foul shot. So something that won't show up in a stat book, but probably something very valuable.
You see the difference with that on-the-ball defense?
Yep.
They can't get into a set.
Armstrong calling for a hand check foul. Didn't get it. Turnover. 2-on-1. Rickards went up to try to throw it down. It got knocked away. They're not calling a foul, but they are going to say it went out of bounds on Freddie Young. He's arguing the call, but it clearly went off Freddie Young. It didn't go off Randy Rickards' leg. At least I don't think it did. That's what Jason
Rickards
Armstrong.
is comfortable with the call.
Yeah, he likes it. Coach Armstrong doesn't, but Rickards does. Maybe it did go off his leg.
Well, it is Rickards' home gym, so he should get the call, right? Yeah, I think Jordan Jackson needs to come get the ball and settle this down.
Firing from three there, and I don't think that's the shot Coach Dan Burke wanted from Amiri Stewart.
7, 6, 5. They total.
Armstrong's going to fire from three. No good. Sorber with a rebound. Sorber's 8th rebound of the night. I wouldn't mind seeing Caleb Matthews come into the game here. And as I said that, here he comes.
Yeah.
Coach and I often think a lot. That's going to be a foul on Amiri Stewart as Freddie Young was trying to get into the basket. Only the first foul for Wilmington.
Sometimes your point guard, in this case Jordan Jackson, just has to come over and get the ball. And let's set this up and we're going to run this. And we're going to take some of the momentum away from Lincoln by making them play defense.
Justin Thomas comes out as Caleb Matthews checks in. Coach Burke talking to Justin Thomas. He's 0 for 2 from the field. Also has 2 turnovers here. So just trying to get him settled down a little bit. He's got 7 points, 2 of 6 from the field. And a drive, and they're going to call a foul, I think, out front. We'll see, against Caleb Matthews.
That's a good foul. He had a layup.
Yep.
Make him earn him.
So he's going to go to the line and shoot 2. That will be, let's see, who's going to go there. Is it Freddie? No, it's not going to be Freddie. It's going to be Manny Toha. Toha just a 65% free throw shooter. 2-time McDonald's All-American at Marist High School. Also scored 1,000 points. Started his college career at Holy Family. Of course, one of the members of the CACC conference. There he averaged 12 points and 3.5 rebounds his first and only year there. And so not quite up to those averages point-wise, at least, here at Lincoln.
Missed them both.
Missed a pair.
Right.
And so let's see if Wilmington can take advantage of it and score at least 2 points here, if not more. Jackson almost had the ball taken away. And they're going to get Corey Williams on a foul. And a little extracurricular activity there by Kamani Hopkinson. He and Jordan Jackson are having some words. Randy Rickard said, I got this. He's telling the ref, I'll take care of this.
I don't think Hopkinson realizes their feet just got tangled.
Yeah.
You know, Jordan Jackson didn't do anything,
No,
but,
right.
you know, feet just got tangled.
Right.
He wasn't even aware of it.
No. Yeah, I thought originally he didn't even hear the whistle, but I heard the whistle right in front, and he's right in front of us. Beasley with a little fall-away jumper, no good. Not sure that's a shot Dan Burke was looking for that with that much time left.
Yeah, a lot of time left, and, you know, not known as the shooter, so. If Caleb Matthews takes that shot, okay.
Different story. Now, in Beasley's defense, he does shoot 60% from the field, third in the conference, but 99% of those shots are taken from 5 feet and in.
It was just early in the shot clock, and, again, you're trying to get the momentum back, so you want, the right people taking the right shots.
Right. And nobody expected him to shoot. There were 5 black shirts underneath the basket.
Right.
No white shirts for the rebound. I like to see Matthews find a way to get open. Just to extend his defense. There you go, just like it's Smyrna High. That one got blocked by Sorber.
Nice save.
Nice save, nice hustle, and that's going to be a foul, I would think, on Malik Beasley. No? Yes. Beasley. I was going to say there's no way that can't be a foul on him. He pointed to the guy underneath, and it's not a one-on-one, so I'm not sure why he pointed underneath to Kamani Hopkinson, as if he was going to the line to shoot the one-on-one, but we're not in the one-on-one. 43-35, 8-point lead here, 13 minutes to play in the game. Wilmington trying to extend its record to 6-4 overall. They'll remain 1-1 in the conference either way. And another non-conference tilt on Wednesday night against the University of the District of Columbia. And then after that, I believe it's all conference play except for one game. As the shot is missed there by Corey Williams. Williams averages 19.9 points a game, has just 4 tonight so far. Rickard's trying to get to the basket, does. Soft jumper is good, and the foul. And Lisa, that might be the spark that Wilmington needs as they've now back to a double-digit lead.
And that started on the other end with Stewart skying for that rebound.
Yep.
And I told you, I think Randy Rickards, I thought this in high school. He can do whatever he wants on the basketball court.
Yeah.
And he's only gotten better.
Marshall Roberson's going to check in. Kamani Hopkinson, first foul, team 5th. So 5 fouls already for the Lions at the 12:28 mark in the first half, just 3 for Wilmington. Rickards is going to head to the free throw line where he's a 67% free throw shooter. Hasn't shot one tonight yet. Has 9 rebounds, 8 points. So getting close to a double-double. And still going to be 2 points away from it. Skip Burton is checked back in. And it's going to be an offensive foul. So Skip Burton, as you said, Lisa, he plays defense as well as everybody on the floor.
I don't know about that call, if I'm being honest. You would hope Wilmington would have somebody say heads up, screen. But, he was, hey, it's good for the home team, so it's good.
We'll take
it's good for everyone.
That's Peter Sorber's foul. That's the other one good thing. Because Sorber leads actually doesn't lead all score. He leads his team with 12 points, and that's going to be a foul. So all of a sudden, Wilmington University is now in the 1-on-1 as Corey Williams picks up his second foul. And so this is going to be a huge advantage for the Wildcats, shooting 1-on-1 the rest of the way here at the 12:19 mark. They're a 67.9% free throw shooting team. Tonight, they are shooting 72.7%. They've missed the last 2. Nice rebound there by Beasley. They whip it around. Skip Burton drives to the basket, challenges Sorber, who's got to stay off of Burton, can't pick up that 4th foul. And Kamani Hopkins comes down with the rebound. And Burton, I think they're going to get Amiri Stewart on that foul.
That's okay. I think Coach Burke will take that effort.
Yep.
Don't want him to get in foul trouble.
No, well, you not only don't want them to individually get in foul trouble, you want to take advantage of the fact that you're 3 fouls away from being in the 1-on-1 or putting the other team in the 1-on-1 while you're in the 1-on-1. And so that's another foul that you don't. Again, I like the hustle, I like the aggressiveness, but
it
now
just seems like it's being called a little tighter in the second half, where
So
and you have to make that adjustment.
Right.
That's something you can't control.
Right. And
so you have to make that adjustment.
And he's between half court and the top of the key.
Yep.
He's not preventing a layup. So anyway, let's see here. 11:55.
So he backed off him an extra step now.
Drive to the basket. Hopkinson goes for the left-handed dunk, and that's going to go off him, out of bounds, and going to be Wildcat basketball. Leading by 10 here, 11:48. So they led by 13 at the half, while Lincoln snuck in to within 6. But now Wilmington has stretched the lead back out to 10 here.
With some starters on the bench, so.
Yeah. Holloman, Rickards, Burton, Matthews, and Beasley in for the Wildcats. Matthews has still only attempted one shot. Now that's going to be a foul, and that's going to be on Freddie Young.
Shooting.
And he'll be going to the free throw line. And for Freddie Young, that's his first foul, so no foul trouble for Freddie Young.
But to your point before, it puts him at the foul line.
Yep.
Every foul now puts him at the foul line where you can extend your lead.
But here Cleveland checks in. He's got 3 fouls. Peter Sorber's got 3 fouls. Reggie Hudson's got 3 fouls. Myrie Stewart has 3, and so does Malik Beasley for Wilmington. And Talib Holloman is going to come to the free throw line, just 1 of 5 on the season, now 2 of 6. That's a big foul shot for him.
Big foul shot. So Sorber went out now, so I'd really like to see Wilmington be aggressive and go to work inside, and especially hit the glass. No silly fouls over the back, but definitely hit the glass.
Holland misses 2, so Wilmington has missed 3 of their last 4 from the free throw line. So 3 easy points they could have had here.
This is a chance for they want to extend it with Sorber on the bench.
Because he won't stay there long.
He will not stay there long.
Jason Armstrong's going to send him in to either foul out or get him back in the game. Nice fake and drive there by Cleveland. Nobody comes over and helps. He misses. Beasley, and that's going to be Cleveland's.
Beasley will be shooting.
Yep, and that's going to be Cleveland's 4th foul. It is. So 2 good things. It's going to send Beasley to the free throw line where he's 8 of 16. More importantly, Cleveland just picked up his 4th foul. And so I assume Cleveland's going to come out. He is. Gabe Harris is going to check in for him, the 6'8 freshman. So still got the height, just don't have the experience. Cleveland, a 6'5 sophomore, heading to the bench. Harris, a 6'8 freshman, heading onto the court. Averages 4.8 rebounds, 3.3 rebounds, 4.8 points. Malik Beasley heading to the free throw line, where he hasn't shot a free throw tonight. He's now 1 of 1. Shoots just 50% on the season, so that's a good shot for him. Armstrong has checked back. Jordan Jackson has checked back into the game.
He has to build on this, though. Start making 2 in a row. It can't always be, 1 for 2.
And he does just that.
There you go.
Doesn't even hit the rim on either one. So back to a 13-point lead for Wilmington. 16 was the highest point difference they had late in the first half. Lincoln went on a run to start out this second half. Couple missed shots, 2 turnovers by Wilmington, enabled them to get back into the game within 6. Wilmington now has stretched this lead back out. Shot rattles in and out. Lisa, it must be the home court advantage.
It looks like it.
They've had 4 or 5 shots that look like the ball has gone into the cylinder and popped out.
Somebody's in there knocking it out. I'm not sure.
And almost knocking it out there was Reggie Hudson, but it's going to stay Wilmington ball. So.
Hey, Coach Burke is imploring Jordan Jackson, just go by him, and he can. Remember, you're in the bonus, so, anything onto the basket.
That's going to be a foul. That was Rickard stepped right into that.
But I will tell you, Caleb can't come off the pick until he's set.
Right.
Yep.
So the second foul for Rickards, and now Lincoln's going to be in the 1-on-1 after the next Wilmington University foul. So much for an advantage there. Yeah. Wilmington really not able to take advantage of it. They went to the free throw line 5 times, and missed 3 of them. Rolling and going in. Nice fake there by Freddie Young. If he'd gone up into the defender, he'd be on the foul line.
Yeah, I'm surprised to see Wilmington jump so much on those pump fakes. I hadn't seen that in the past. And now Sorber comes back.
So Peter Sorber's in with the 3 fouls. Let's see if Wilmington doesn't try to go right at him and pick up the 4th. You also have Malik Beasley, who will be that person doing that. He also has 3 fouls. So you've got 3 fouls versus 3 fouls. And that might be exactly why Armstrong sent him back in, knowing that was going to be the situation. Matthews gets it into Beasley. He turns and faces, kicks it out to Armstrong. Fadeaway jumper is in and out. So Armstrong, who started out on fire, has struggled for the field straight. I say Armstrong, it's Jordan Jackson. And up and in is good.
Yeah, well, the first couple shots he took were in the rhythm of the offense,
Yep.
and, he was able to get square. That's falling away, so it's a tougher shot.
Jackson gets the ball stolen away. But he picks it back. He's got a 4-on-1. Nice dish. Holloman in and out, just like on the other end. Sorber has it, and they're going to call a foul on Holloman, and Sorber is going to head to the free throw line. So away from a double-double, comes in averaging 4.9 points and 3.4 rebounds, so he's more than doubled his season average in both categories and makes the first of the 2 free throw to pull them to within 10, 48-38. Rickards is on the floor along with Justin Thomas and Jordan Jackson for the Wildcats. Don't believe that Coach Burke made any substitutions during that timeout. Malik Beasley is in.
I think Justin Thomas came in.
Oh, Justin Thomas did. Yep. You're right. Yep. And so again, we near steal there, and Justin Thomas throws it to Rickards. Almost goes out of bounds. He spin moves out of that trap, gets it over to Thomas. Thomas started out hot, struggling since then. 2 for 6 from the field. The whole team started out hot, really.
Beasley needs to clear out and let Rickards go to work against, now they switch against Young
Try
Bucks.
to post up. Oh, a nice look inside by Holloman. He's not able to convert. Rickards goes up, blocked away by Sorber. Still getting knocked around. Rickards gets knocked out of bounds.
A lot of contact over there.
Thomas gets it back. Rickards is back in the field of play. And Jackson scores and is fouled.
Coach Burke is asking, why didn't you do that 5 minutes ago? Again, the N1 is what you're looking for.
Yep.
And, that's actually a bonus, but you're looking to get to the line and, add to your lead. And so to get the N1 is, icing on the cake.
Jackson with 15 points now, 6-11 from the field. His first free throws of the night, up and good, a 67% free throw shooter on the season. So back to a 12-point lead for Wilmington now. Wilmington will shoot 2 in the double bonus the rest of the way. 1-1 for Lincoln. Ball gets on the ground. Sorber picks it up, drives to the hoop, and scores. So Peter Sorber now with 16 points to go along with 9 rebounds. Here's that press, Lisa, where they wait till the player has the ball, then they throw 2 guys at it. Holloman goes up strong and scores. Talib Holloman.
Hang time, that's what you call that. You can't teach that.
7 points.
That's a gift.
7 points on the night, comes in averaging just 2. So everybody working on their averages tonight.
That was actually great defense by Lincoln, Sorber.
Yep.
Great defense, just a much better finish.
Can't play any better defense than that when you got 3 fouls. Sorber drives in, a little jump hook is no good. Rickards comes down with a rebound, and for Rickards, that's his 12th rebound to go along with 8 points. He's 2 points away from a double-double. Gets it over to Beasley, gives it back to Justin Thomas. Justin Thomas looking to drive, 1,000-point scorer at nearby Newark Charter School. Holloman's going to fire from 3. It's good!
And look at him.
Holloman,
and look at the bench.
Holloman, 1 of 18 from beyond the arc coming into tonight's game.
It's about the next one.
He's fired away.
Good for him.
15-point lead for Wilmington.
And you see the confidence growing, the defense. Oh, nice finish.
Corey Williams with a nice finish. Came in averaging 19.9 points a game. That's just his 6th point of the night. So Wilmington's defensive effort has shut down their leading scorer. It's going to be Rickards against Soberson. He's going to pull it back out, or Sorber, I should say. Justin Thomas fires from 3. It's good! 16-point lead for the Wildcats. Ties their largest lead of the night.
You love how excited they're getting for one another.
And Beasley's going to get called for his 4th foul there. He's driving into the basket was Corey Williams. And Peter Sorber's trying to get his team fired up.
I like the defense there by Beasley.
Yeah.
I thought he was straight up.
I thought he was too. I think he got some body, there's no doubt, but he was straight up.
There's going to be body. The offensive players coming in.
Yep.
I thought and that's what Burke is saying. I agree with that. Like the offensive players initiating the contact, he went straight up.
Yeah.
And he's that he's allowed to have that.
Right.
Like he's entitled to that. So.
And there's going to be contact, like you said.
There's going to be
don't
contact.
call it on the offense or the defense. And the point was scored.
Yes.
they almost made the call. Sometimes you'll see a ref hesitate a second to see if the ball goes in. And that's what I thought he was doing, but saw the ball going in and still made the call. Free throw is good for Corey Williams. So all of a sudden, Williams has 9 points on the night. Still 10 below his 19.
Now, this is leadership. Jordan Jackson getting them settled, calling the play, making sure they get into something. That's leadership. Going back to get it. We're going to come to 10 on the shot clock.
Drives, dishes it back out. Rickards, fall away jumper. He likes that spot. Not that time, though. Reggie Hudson with the rebound. Sprints the other way. Rickards catches him from behind, and that's a foul you don't like to see.
No,
because Rickards just picked up his third foul. B, it's going to send them to the free throw line. And C, it didn't prevent anything from happening. And checking back in is Bakir Cleveland. He's going to check back in. He's got 4 fouls, so he's going to have to be careful here with 6:17 left. Reggie Hudson heading to the line, just 6 of 9 from the free throw. I shouldn't say just, 6 of 9 from the free throw line on the season. 1 of 1 tonight, now 2 of 2.
I'm surprised that they don't have Server. I know they're going to press, but they don't have him on the line here. Big body, he might get an offensive rebound off a miss.
Second shot is up and good. And we got a timeout. It's going to be a 30-second timeout, so we'll leave it. So Wilmington will inbounds. Try to get the ball to Jordan Jackson. Talib Holloman, one of the veterans of this team. In fact, looking at the players that are on this floor, Lisa, Holloman has been here the longest as any. He was here the year before COVID hit, which was the first year I broadcast. Everybody else on here is new since that pre-COVID year. So Holloman is a veteran.
That was a nice job of breaking that.
Yep.
They ran Justin Thomas to the middle.
9 on the shot clock. Rickards is going to take it. It's short. Nice job there, batting it away. That's going to go off blue. It's going to be white ball. Great call by the ref there. Rickards, I think, should have followed a shot. He would have had a catch, pump fake, and a dunk if he wanted it. But
that's Hedgepath. Great hustle. Tapped it to a teammate. Ended up going off Lincoln and getting another possession.
And as I also said, you never know what Rickards is told. He might be told when you shoot from the foul line, you get back on defense. So he may have been told not to do it. Sprinting the other way, going up for the jump. Block is Jackson. He's arguing the call. Has to be careful not to pick up a technical here. Foul is going to be on Jackson. That's going to be his third. Reggie Hudson, I believe, is going to be the one heading to the line. No, it's going to be number 2, Corey Williams. Williams, a 79% free throw shooter, 1 of 1 from the field tonight. He's going to get 2 shots here.
Love this substitution coming in, and I think Wilmington's next possession, it's important to get something going to the basket.
Go ahead.
If he makes both, you're going to see that. Press again.
Misses the first. Amiri Stewart's going to come in for Holloman. We'll get a high five from Dan Burke. Holloman did more than you could expect.
Holloman played well. He played really, really well.
Got 10 points. Comes in averaging just 2 points.
But he had some hustle plays too, where he kept possession for him. That won't necessarily show up on the stat sheet, but.
And drove to the basket a couple times.
Mm-hmm. You have to look in the middle here. There you
Stewart,
go.
Yep. Somebody get in the middle. There goes Thomas to the middle. Jackson's still not over half court.
Now let's get something going to the basket. Set it up, something going to the basket.
Looking for a pick and roll. Jackson puts himself in a bad spot, works it around and gets it. I think Thomas would have pulled the trigger if he didn't bobble that ball first.
3, 2, 1.
Thomas gets a good shot. No good. Hedgepath went up. Went for the dunk, missed it. Not sure he would have been able to tip it in anyway. Firing from 3 is good. And so Freddie Young Jr. fires from 3. That's just his 5th point of the night. And the lead is now 7 for Wilmington.
Missed him underneath.
Jackson's going to fire. No good off the back of the rim. Coming down to the rebound is Hudson. He'll head the other way. 2 Wildcats trailing. They get back. Freddie Johnson fires. Sorber with the rebound. And up and in. I think that was Freddie Young.
Yeah, Justin Thomas got a hand on there to knock it down. I think Sorber is cramping up.
5-point lead here. Rickards has it. Smart decision not to try to hit Hedgepath, who looked like he might want an alley-oop. to the basket.
Yeah, I think Sorber is cramping up, so hopefully they get something going to the basket here.
Good fake there. That could have been a foul.
It could have been.
Justin Thomas pulls up and scores. So
huge shot.
Justin Thomas, the senior, 6'5" senior from Newark Charter. Spent a couple years at Alvernia. Came through big with that jump shot. Confidence. He took that with a lot of confidence.
And that's what you expect from a senior.
Yep. He was 2 of 7 before that shot. And now on the other end, that shot is missed by Cleveland.
They were early on, so kudos to him.
And Myrie Stewart pulls it down. Justin Thomas again. Kicks it back out. They get it back
you have
to
to go to him.
Mismatch and a nice drive in there. And Freddie Young is going to pick up the foul, and it's going to send Caleb Hedgepath to the free throw line, where he's only shot 4 times in game competition. He's 2 of 4 from the free throw line.
So you always want Hedgepath to cut there, except when Randy Rickers has Corey Williams one-on-one in the post.
Bring a defender with you.
Yes.
Hedgepath makes the first. That's a big shot. We got somebody coming in for the shooter. That looks like Mr. Skip Burton over there, I believe.
Probably looking for a little defense.
A little defense and fouls to give. Burton's only got 1 foul.
And that'll probably put Rickards on Sorber.
Yep.
And you could do that now if he only has 3 fouls.
Yep.
I'd love to see him finish there.
So Sorber's got the 4th foul. Nice drive, and they're going to get a Myrie Stewart, and I believe that's going to foul him out. No, that's going to be his 4th foul, excuse me. And it's going to send Corey Williams to the free throw line, where he's 2 of 3 today. Got 10 points.
I think at this point in the game, Wilmington has to make sure they keep the ball in front of them. Stay between them and the basket.
Yep. Yeah, make them shoot.
Yeah, like early in the game, you can go up and you can pressure it and try to take them out of their offense and, take some gambles. Now you just want to keep them in front of them, especially, their shooting percentage from 3, so.
2 of 14 from 3, Lincoln is now, so that plays right into your strategy. Beasley has checked in along with Skip Burton, so you got more height, more weight underneath to deal with Sorber. And you got...
Press break's a little different, too, like a 1-4.
Yep, you got Skip Burton. This is where you want to be cognizant of the shot clock. It's going to be 19 seconds on the shot clock. No rush to shoot here. You got a 6-point lead. It's a 2-possession lead. Got to be aware how many timeouts you have in case you need it on the inbounds. They get it into Beasley. Sorber's out covering him.
15 on the shot clock.
Jackson has it. Over to Burton. Burton gets it into the post. Rickards saying something. I don't know if he wants the ball in a different position.
I think he wanted him to take a dribble and make a better entry pass, but he also has to hold the defender on his back.
And come and get the ball full 100%.
Wow, that's a tough shot.
Yeah, the shot clock was going off. Drive inside. Rickards on the defensive end picks up a block and following it up is good. So now it is a 4-point game. So a 16-point lead has now been brought down to 4. Caleb Matthews getting ready to check in. And that ball goes out of bounds, and they're going to say it is Lincoln University ball.
Jordan Jackson has played a lot of basketball in his life. I'm surprised he picked up the ball right there. Again, that's the 4-defender rule.
And Coach Burke is telling him not happy with his performance out there.
I think he has to own that.
Yeah.
Again, you don't pick up the ball right there.
3-pointer is no good.
Big
Stein for the rebound is Beasley. Beasley gets out-rebounded by Bakir Cleveland, playing with 4 fouls. 2-point lead for the Wildcats. That's off Justin Thomas. That's a good call, unfortunately. And it's going to be Lincoln University ball. Dan Burke's looking up at this scoreboard. Matthews, Burton, Thomas, Beasley, and Rickards on the floor for the Wildcats.
This is a good matchup right here.
Corey
Good
Williams,
switch.
the leading scorer, switching off. Hudson kicks it back out. Three-pointer is short.
Okay.
Caleb Matthews gets a rebound and gets rid of it quickly. Burton,
Try to
the
get
freshman.
something easy here.
And that's not what Coach Burke was looking for, not at all. And he's got his hands over his head.
I have to get back in the play right here.
Second
And
rookie
it's,
mistake.
yeah, it's don't
Burton
foul
made.
here.
Beasley battling underneath. Caleb
Caleb
Matthews
look ahead.
comes away with it again.
Skip Burton has to come back and get the ball. He's the point guard.
And Dan Burke is going to take
That's a good timeout.
That is a very good timeout. And it's going to be, I believe, a full timeout it is. We're going to take it with them. 1:17 on the court, I should say. So is Cleveland. It's Matthews, Rickards, Justin Thomas, Jordan Jackson, and who is that over there? Beasley. He was hiding behind Peter Sorber. Sorber's so big I couldn't see Beasley at all. Beasley gets it. He kicks it back out to Rickards. That's who you want to have the ball. He drives in, shoots it up. It gets blocked away by Sorber. That's just an incredible defensive play there.
Great defensive play.
Freddie goes to the other side. Freddie Young. And they're going to count it as good.
That basket should not have counted.
Foul's going to be on Matthews.
Definitely the foul. Definitely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Counting the basket. Yeah, I didn't see that.
And so that ties it up. Freddie Young on the free throw line. A perfect 2 of 2 on the night from the charity stripe. And that one misses. Going in for the rebound. He wasn't able to get it, but Beasley's got to box that man out.
Have to box out.
Beasley's twice as big and twice as wide as Reggie Hudson, and he almost lost the rebound. He's going to come out. Amiri Stewart's checking in. He's got the 4 fouls.
Good substitution by Coach Burke, though. Offensive player out there that can help him break this press.
62-62. 52 seconds
One-on-one,
left.
yeah. Bring it up. Lincoln's in
25.
man-to-man. Let's get a good set here.
The man from Michigan going against the man from Ewing, New Jersey. They lose the ball, and I think Burke called a timeout. He did. And so a little bit of a scuffle there. Everybody gets out. This is a guy who comes in averaging under 5 points and just over 3 rebounds. He's having a career night out here tonight.
And he looks like he can do this every night.
Yes. And they barely get it in.
Plenty of time here. Let's get a good possession.
Yep. Help over here with Justin Thomas coming around.
8 seconds, 7, 6. Get something done. That's
Justin
a good
Thomas
shot.
pulls up, and
That's
it gets
a good
it
shot.
in.
That's his shot.
Shooter's
Hey, play
touch.
defense here. Play defense.
Shooter's touch. 4 of 9 on the night coming into that shot. Now
No
5 of
timeout
10.
from Lincoln. Armstrong doesn't look like he's going to call one. And
Let him
probably
play.
because he doesn't want a defender, a big guy, to come in.
Yep. He's
So
got,
smart move.
Yep, he's got the defense on the floor he wants. He's got it on his leading scorer. Floats it up. Misses.
Great rebound.
Justin
Great
Thomas
rebound.
comes down
Great
with it,
rebound.
and he is fouled.
Great
So
rebound.
they had it in Corey Williams' hands. He wasn't able to convert what might be considered an easy shot. Certainly not a gimme, but a shot that he would tell you he should probably make. And a great rebound, as Lisa said.
It was
by
a
Justin
contested
Thomas.
shot, and Justin Thomas got the rebound in traffic. Beasley might be coming back in to I guess not.
We're gonna bring
if
Holloman
if
in.
they go up by 3, you don't have to worry
Yeah.
about Peter Sorber so much.
Justin Thomas, 3 of 4 from the free throw line. One of the better shooters on the team, 84% coming into the game. Gets 2 shots here. First one is good. So a 3-point lead for the Wildcats.
You're talking right now. You're telling them if it's a 3-point lead, you switch on all the screens, contest a 3, don't foul. It's a 4-point lead, just stay in front of them, try to make them,
Force a shot.
yeah,
try
have to
foul.
cross.
Yep.
Yeah, we're just not fouling here.
Don't want the clock to stop.
You want them to change direction as many times, but just don't foul.
Force
Yep.
up and good. There's your 4-point lead. And Coach Armstrong is going to the second half. Justin Thomas just 5 in the first half, 11 in the second half. Inbounds.
Just don't want to foul here.
Let him shoot it.
Yep.
Shot is good, banked in. So with 1.1 second left, we got a 1-point ball game.
I'd throw this ball deep, make sure somebody touches it.
Corey Williams
There you
now
go.
is 17, and that's going to do it. And the basket won't count. It will not count, but it does end this game as Wilmington...